Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 9 of my hardcore survival series. Now look at this, the sun's rising, the survival has begun, the Hunger Games have started. It's all good, we're all safe. I've got a bed out here. I mean, I am a total wimp, you could totally tell. So last episode we left off from raiding the end cities, and I also was doing some advancements, but before we get any further, let's see what day we're on. We're currently on day 121. So I spent a little bit of time just packing some stuff in some shulkers, which we will get to in the moment, but I have got my eyes set on this. So I couldn't get it to activate the advancement, even though hitting straight bullseye from theoretically 30 meters away, but I'm a little bit further for this contraption. Big thank you to Ali Tom for letting me know about this one. I didn't even know people were using this. I mean, I never really cared about the advancement. But we do care about it in this world, so we're going to try it out. So we would, I guess, put an arrow where the bullseye would be in our trapdoor. Maybe like right there. No, maybe up a little bit. I can't even hit it from here. Okay, so I think it needs some upward trajectory so that it will just kind of arch into the bullseye. I was just kind of playing around manually with the trapdoor. So if we were to activate this lever... Did we get the advancement? Aha, there we go. Very nice. So hit the bullseye of a target block from at least 30 meters away, which I couldn't get for whatever reason. I wish I could have done this the legit way, but it's nice to know that one's out of the way. It seems like a lot of people do this too. So it did hit the bullseye. That's about where I hit it last time. What the heck's up with that? So I wasn't even aware of that little trick. That was cool. Thank you, Ollie Tom. Got the advancement for us and be kind of good information for people who didn't know. I just never really looked into getting the advancement, so it's kind of nice to have that one settled in our world now. And so last episode I had said that I was wanting to do projects, and I've been doing too much adventuring. So we're going over to the village now. I've packed up some shulker boxes. These are all color-coded now too. I've got my stone blocks, got my like valuables. This is actually in-city raiding gear too. And redstone, which there isn't much of that. Got some redstone blocks and some farm stuff and a backpack, which I have nothing in yet. So we're going to go over here, maybe do a bit of a villager move around, you know, get things organized over here and even do like a little base area. That would be super awesome to kind of work on, you know, just kind of get away from our disgusting medieval house. We all know it's ugly. This is a very concerning thing to see in your village, the village that you're going to work with. But thankfully, I think everybody's safe. So we got this guy down here. I heard him making sounds, and I was a smart waffle this time. We blocked all the villagers up. So these guys are safe. I was just wanting to break the beds and then maybe congregate them into one area so I can keep track of them, keep them safe, and so we could start maybe tearing down this village. I mean, you know, it's beautiful, but nah, I'm good. Last but not least, one villager to put away. So we're gonna ding this bell. Hey, did you hear that? You better get back to your resting place. before all the zombies come and get you. You can make it up there. I mean, that should be a jumpable block. Yeah, okay. All right, I was making sure. So we ended up with a few villagers. Not bad, a pretty good count. And the village is gone, so it looks pretty nice out here. I was thinking of building like a little base, maybe over here, but it is not as flat as I was hoping it would be. I was kind of hoping for a nice flat terrain. This looks like a pretty promising spot, but I want to be a little bit higher up. So let me just kind of look around in this area to see if I can find a place to begin building something. I don't know how I didn't notice it before. There's a nice flat spot up here on this hillside that gives us a nice view of everything. And so for this base build, I decided to go with a circle build. I haven't done one in a long time, and felt it was appropriate. You know, just kind of work on a circle, maybe change up the shape in the future. But for now, we're just kind of lining things up. So we got 1, 2, 3, and then we'll do the end stone that should match that one. Do 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 2, and then I think that's 4. Okay, and we'll do 2 like this. Whoop. And then let's see, that should be 3, I think. So there'll be 3, should match up with the end stone over there. Very nice. We'll do 3 more. And then we'll do 3 here. And 1 more of these, and then we'll do that. There we go. And this should be our circle. It is a 21 block radius. Should be big enough to store things in. This is going to be more of a vertical build, like kind of like a tower, but not specifically a tower. It's a base build. You got to have some fun with it. And yeah, I'm thinking a little bit about the layout. I think I would take some inspiration from Arculus, the mushroom cow guy. Yeah, he done this like really cool base and used like oak logs to go upwards, made like a little farm on the bottom. I think I want to do something similar to that. Sounds really cool. This is probably one of my least favorite things in Minecraft. When you have to mine a bunch of trees for a bunch of wood, it's a terrible feeling, guys. I mean, I'm sure you've been there. You know how it feels. For some of you, maybe it's therapeutic for, you know, a few people out there. I'm a little bit curious on this because I haven't seen a lot of people complaining about mining trees. I hate it though. And this is especially true if you decide to use an excessive amount of logs in your builds. Convert them to planks. Be a smart person. Don't be like the waffle. So we'll put in a couple more oak logs. Well, it's not gonna be too expensive. This is kind of like how far up I want to go. At least for the first tier, I think we can do. And we'll get some kind of structure up and then start decorating it a bit. But if I can get up here to remove these 2 logs that I've noticed that I placed a little too high. So when building this, I'm trying to be really careful about repeating circles at the same diameter. And I've already done it. It's okay though. I wanted to do the first one at the same diameter so I can keep track of the other ones. So there's got to be like a spacing to have like a single block design. And yeah, it can be a little tricky. So maybe the top tier will be the biggest tier. It might look a little strange in the beginning, but I feel like over time it's going to improve. So I've been bringing these up and then kind of curling them out. So, you know, if you're going to have some base building, then you might as well make it look, you know, fun and interesting. That's too high. I think it is. I think it's yeah, it's too high. And basically all I've been doing is just then putting the logs up here and then doing a single one just as like a little bend. It might be cool. I don't know. I'm still debating on it. I've got to back up and look at it. So we'll take these out. It looks like we got 1 more over there. There we go. Yeah, I better take these out too, and then we'll take a look at it, especially from the front. And I didn't realize this, but the pathway lines right up with the base. It's like perfect. Oh boy, I might have just done a bunch of work and I think it'd be cool, but there needs to be something there or it's going to drive me crazy. We've got to do some like slabbing or fencing to make this look correct. It just kind of looks like floating blocks at this point. This has just made me remember how much I love building bases in survival because you can begin with a concept and then completely ends with a different one. It's just so fun to me. And I think we got our last circle in place. I was planning on just doing one tier for this episode, but I kind of got in the groove and I was like, okay, well, we got the circle in place. I'm just kind of checking it now just to make sure it's lining up with the other ones. I want it to stick out one block a little bit further than that. And I don't know what it looks like from the outside. I'll take a little fall damage. It's okay. Oh no, this is in our way. The moment of truth. Here it comes. Oh, wow. Okay. That's pretty nice. It's maybe a little flat up here. This is a little bit disappointing. I feel like in the realistic circle, it would stick out a little bit more. But we'll stick with that. I think it looks fine. It's not really like a circular shape that I'm like super aiming for. There's just like certain effects that I'll get from glass whenever filling this in on the sides. So that'll be like our main area that we can like be safe at. We'll do like a covering for the roof. And yeah, I was thinking about doing some additional supports jutting up from the sides. So there's this block difference. Yeah, I don't know if I want to do it there. Yeah, there's a block difference there. So we can do like a little column jut up right here in the center for each end. And then have the glass pieces at the top. I think that'd look cool. It looks super cool. So for the hardcore worlds, this is a very important moment. The first flight with rockets. We're going to head straight to the desert. Oh, it feels amazing to fly on this world. It just, you feel like you've got so much control when you've got an Elytra. And we just got to make way over to the desert and gather some sands for glass. I'm still debating on what to do for the dye of the glass. So I was thinking maybe bone meal to be a nice contrast with the spruce. But a darker color would work too. We just don't have that. Attention. I got a question. Do you see a more medieval build or do you see a more contemporary build? What do you think? Yeah. I don't think I wanted you to fill either of those things. I wanted to get that nice mix in there. That way it just kind of like leaves you guessing. And I think putting in the white glass has just changed it. It looks so much better in my opinion with the filler up there. And especially when we get the roof in, oh man, that's going to make 10 times the difference. Put this platform filled in with birch. We're going to change that up maybe in the future. But for this episode, I'm just going to get the base kind of just built and then do all the decoration and extra things later on. Where did you come from? That's the only thing about this area is there's a lot of caves where things can just crawl out of. It's a little creepy when you're working on this base because every now and then you'll just like see a creeper wander out or it's like, hey, Mr. Zombie, it's past my bedtime. I really should be asleep right now, but I'm warrioring through the foundation of my base. Yeah, well, it doesn't look so great right now. I've still got to do a lot of detailing to it. Maybe extend these columns up through the glass into the ceiling. I think that'll look a lot better. Give the glass maybe a little bit more texture and definition. And yeah, we got to do the floors. We got to do whatever this first tier is going to be. Maybe crops, vegetation. This is where you guys come in. This is a great opportunity to get some suggestions. Let me know. Let me know because, you know, I need all the help I can get. Look, I'm a poor waffle. And if we were to go back here, there's a backdoor access for the top. If I can land it and not die in the hardcore world after building all this, okay. This is nice. It's like nice and lit, you know. We have plenty of room for our personal stuff. And yeah, I think this is going to be a nice personal room. And we can kind of overlook like the projects that we have out here. Yeah, that's going to be great. And then there's a tier below this, which I'm thinking right now is going to be really nice for storage because it's got some nice height. Unlike this one, which is like maybe 3 or 4 blocks tall, this is like, you know, this is definitely 4 blocks tall. So, and we have the slab that we can probably put the chest through. Maybe. No, that's a full block. Never mind. But we still got 3. Hey, you know, it's plenty of storage room. But I would definitely like some suggestions on this tier too. I mean, it doesn't have to be storage. It could be half storage, maybe. We'll figure out something for the storage, but would definitely like some ideas in this. So I'm going to take a nice breather from this tonight, come back tomorrow, do a little bit of detailing, maybe like sprinkle some leaves, maybe do a little bit of variation in one of these floors. We just need something detailed before I push this out on YouTube. It has been ages since I have crafted bread. I am this desperate for food. Oh, we've got to get something going for that. And I spent a little time trying to work on the base area, but I'm just not really gaining that inspiration. And yeah, I'm going to need some help with this. I got to do some thinking on it, need some suggestions. But we did incorporate a way to get to the top of our base and also the middle segment. I just haven't really formulated a proper way down because of all the symmetry. I think it kind of kicked me in the backside because, I mean, we did put a hole here, it would probably look a little strange, which isn't so much problem for the second tier, but we've actually got some glass panes going up, so those are kind of invisible. You won't see those, but you can just get into the water stream, pop out right here on the second tier, and then you could just drop down. Now, when you get to the very top, you're not so lucky. You don't have any way out. And we got to do a floor design up here. I think I'm going to kind of reserve this for some of my own building, but definitely for the second tier, we've got to have this for something. So give me some suggestions, guys. Would love that. And then for the first tier, yeah, I need help with it, most definitely. What could go down in here? Give me some ideas. But I think that's going to be about it for today's episode, guys. Hope you did enjoy watching. We'll see you next episode. Have a fantastic day. I forget to do this, but we're now on day 143.